Happy Monday, everyone. So I figured I could get my last vlog in during my drive home, and I have a few things that I can chat about so that I can catch people up that watch my vlogs. So something really interesting that doesn't happen often was the supermoon or lunar eclipse last night. I actually stayed up later than normal to go ahead and watch that. It was kind of a mix between watching that and the Lions game on Sunday Night Football, but in any case, it was actually really cool. The bad part was that a lot of the time it was a little bit cloudy, so we got to see the moon being super bright, brighter than normal at first, and then it went into its eclipse phase where it turned black, and then after that it turned red, and my cell phone couldn't take very good pictures of it just because it was so far away, obviously, but I know that Kevin probably got some decent pictures from our DSLR, so that'll be cool. I can't wait to see those. Speaking of the Lions game, super good game to watch, and I'll never give up on my Lions. They still lost against Denver though, unfortunately. They played a pretty good game. Denver just had some pretty good breaks, some really long plays that we should have been able to stop, or should have had someone there, but the blocked extra point was ridiculous that Denver did on us, which caused us on our second touchdown to go for two to try to tie it up, which we missed that too. So all in all, I mean, like I said, good game to watch. I'm glad we didn't get blown out. Just sucks that the Lions lost again. So now we're 0-3. Hopefully we can pick it up the rest of the season. So I have procrastinated my last video of this quarter pretty hardcore. Not really sure why, but sometimes I don't have the content that I think is good enough to go up, but I figured I haven't done a driving vlog in a while, so finish up this quarter with that. Overall, I think I did pretty good on my goals for this quarter. There was just some of them that were not really that important, like in an overall scheme of things. Like the Photoshop tutorials, I started doing them. I got one done, but it's just really hard to find really good tutorials to actually get you engaged and get you back into the swing of things. So I might just work with Kevin instead next quarter on freshening up my skills, because that's really the only reason why I wanted to do the tutorials, is because I felt really rusty and I needed to use Photoshop at work a little bit. And every tutorial that I found, they mostly, you had to have some knowledge of the software to begin with. So a lot of the stuff, they assumed you knew things, and it was really hard to follow sometimes. So I did do one of them. I was supposed to do 3 for the quarter, but you know, it's okay. Got some other goals, like moving out of the storage unit, got our passports, got my average of 5 marks per game in bowling. Did not get my average up to 168, but that's just still a work in progress to raise my average, so I'm still working on that one. And then I'm obviously going to get my YouTube uploads for the quarter, because I'm going to finish this one up, and that'll be my 6th for the quarter. So overall, I'm happy with the progress. The only other one that I missed was the biking 160 miles. Didn't even come close. I think I went out like once, but that's just, you know, no excuses. I just didn't do it. Another thing that has changed recently, or that is new, is the fact that we got a Wii U. I'm not sure if I talked about this already, but if I did, sorry for the repeat. But Kevin talked me into getting a Wii U, and I'm really glad that he did, because it really got me back into my playing of games again. So Kevin's thought was that I get really intimidated by games easily, so I kind of tend not to play them, and he figured that if we got the Wii U, I'd be more apt to play games once I got back into the groove, which he was right. It put me right back into the groove. I beat our Super Mario 3D World game. Didn't really take me too long either to beat it. I beat it before Kevin did. We have Mario Party 10, which I've always loved Mario Party. So we play that pretty often. Mario Kart is my next one on my list to beat. I've already beat the 50cc courses, so that's fun. Kevin actually got a PS Vita, so it's another handheld game that we have now besides the Wii U gamepad. So he gets to play his PlayStation games remotely. And so yeah, I'm definitely back into the swing of things with gaming. Just need to break my comfort zone a little bit more, get back into Steam and stuff like that. So I'm happy with that. And my last topic for today's vlog is, I'm like super proud of myself because I didn't give up on something that I was researching, and I got great rewards from finishing my research. So there was a charge on our debit account that we weren't familiar with, and just searching it didn't really give us much. It gave us kind of like a broad company that, you know, did the charge. Called Chase. They couldn't give us any information besides, you know, call the vendor and all that stuff. So we have had some issues with other credit cards, with our credit card numbers being stolen on our Discover prior to twice actually in the last month. So I was semi-scared that our debit account was, you know, compromised. But then again, there's just really no way. I really only use it for very few things and all that stuff. So I did more. Well, after I called Chase to dispute the charge, because neither of us were familiar with it, we checked everything that we could think of that might pull. So I called Chase and I wanted to dispute the charge. I figured that they could just dispute it and move on, but apparently if I state that I haven't done business with that merchant and I still have my cards and all that, then they're gonna call the account compromised, cancel it, and then switch it over to a new one. Which, with that being our debit account, I was not comfortable with just doing it right away, considering we've been through it with our credit cards before, and it can take some time for everything to go through, and with it being the end of the month and the beginning of the month coming up, I didn't want to take that risk and not have our account ready for paying bills and all that. So I said, never mind, I'll call back when I'm comfortable. So I did more research, and I finally figured out what the charge was, and it was a yearly subscription that I signed up for last year, and it pulled again. So super happy with my research skills. Typically I just give up. Well, actually both of us, Kevin and I, gave up on researching it over the weekend when I found it. And I just dug in a little bit deeper and actually figured out what the merchant was. So super proud of myself, and just boosts my confidence overall for just general things. So I'll keep that in mind when I'm trying to get things accomplished, and if at first you don't succeed, just keep trying. I know it's cliche, but that is all I have for today's vlog, and I will be uploading more in the next quarter. Thanks. See ya.